Today we are at Orlando Speed World asking drivers, what is your least favorite drift car?
Oh, shoot.
What is your least favorite drift car?
Oh, man.
Drop a comment, like, and subscribe if you're not already.
Drip and drift.
What's up? I'm Mitchy Drifts. We're out here at Black Friday event. I got the E36 out here.
I asked him what else he would get besides the E36. He said he already has it, the Vet. So if those two didn't exist, what would you get besides that for drifting?
Probably a 350Z. I always like those. I was going to get one before I got the E36, but I ended up getting this super cheap, so kind of went that route.
We are here with Kashad, a.k.a.
Camel style.
Why do you go by that?
Long story.
All good, all good. So today you're driving a Z,
Yes, sir.
and you also got what else?
S13 hatch with a 1J non-VVTi and a 240 coupe with a SR.
So if you could not have a 240 or a 350Z, what chassis would you get?
That's a really good question. Just because it's being hyped right now and they're super sick and not much to do with probably be a Vet.
A Vet?
Yeah.
That's
And
kind of
like-
my idea.
Yeah, they're kind of like the next platform.
We are here with Baker's Buckets and his crew. What are they called?
Streetnice.ts.
Street Nice. So you drive this Lexus LS, and what else do you have?
I have a 1985 Toyota Celica. Currently in the process of putting a swap in it. I'm actually going to be putting a K-Series motor in it with a Ford rear end.
So if it wasn't for that chassis with that engine, what else would you get?
I do really like E36s. Something about them, sedans actually. I would definitely get one.
Obviously, four doors.
Yeah, 4 doors for sure.
Word.
They're good chassis and they're not crazy expensive. So
We are here with.
Max Council.
How long you been drifting, Max?
4 or 5 years-ish?
Always with a 240?
Yes, sir.
What would you be driving if it wasn't a 240?
Something with 4 doors.
4-door, like for what for example?
I got another one's a GS. Any kind of JZX. Just something bigger. I would definitely want to drift a big body. This is a great learning car. I got it figured out, and now I want to push it a little bit and have some fun.
We are here with King Kush. What do you drive?
Well, right now I drive a S13 hatch.
Stock S13 hatch?
No. So it has a 2JZ under it. On 5 pounds of boost, it makes about 300 horsepower, 250, something like that.
What would you be driving if it wasn't for an S13 hatch?
Well, my opinion is kind of weird, but I like SC300s. They're boats. People do not like them. I have one that I'm trying to finish right now, but I'll probably be an SC.
Okay, so you have an SC though.
Yeah, I have an SC.
So if SCs didn't exist and 180s didn't exist, what would you drive?
Honestly, probably a Z. I drove a Z, and it's a cheat code, man, to be honest.
Hell yeah. We are here with.
Dustin motherfucking Motors.
And what do you drive, Dustin?
I'm driving this not so shitty anymore 350Z.
What else do you got besides this?
I also have like 10 Miatas. One's 500 horsepower. I've got a lifted Jeep, got some trucks, normal stuff.
Now, drift cars, if it wasn't a 350Z and it wasn't a Miata, what would you be driving?
Dang, I had Miata preloaded here in my head.
But you own one. So.
Exactly, it's an easy one because I was going to say 350. So the thing is, I think motor transplants on Zs are awesome. I love LSZs. I think they're really cool. Zs just look good, but I am from Florida, and what I really like seeing is something a little different. I love seeing FDs out here, honestly.
An FD?
There's some clean FDs I've seen drifting.
Sure.
If I had to attach it to like a person, though, I'm a big fan of the white Supra that came down. Mike Perez, I think it was, brought that down. That made me go, holy crap, let's go JDM Legend drifting.
Hell yeah. We are here with.
Chris,
What do you drive?
a red 350Z.
And if you could not drive a 350Z, what would you be driving?
A 350Z. No, I'm kidding.
If Zs don't exist, what would you be driving?
I am a huge fan of FRSs, so one day.
Have you driven one before?
I have not. I like the style of them. I like the look of them. I think they're probably the next wave of Zs.
I kind of feel that too.
Yeah, that would definitely be my next car of choice for sure.
We are here with Ryan, a.k.a. Ryan FD. What are you driving today?
I'm driving a very fancy and sporty Scion FRS.
Turboed, he's being modest. How's it running so far?
Pretty good, honestly. It gets hot, but that's like any turbo FRS, any turbo F820. They get hot, so it just happens.
If it wasn't for an FRS, what chassis would you be driving?
A90 Supra.
Is that the next one you want after this?
For like a daily, that would be a dream. It would be really cool to have. But like a balls out, anything I could want build, I would want a A90 Supra 100%.
Awesome.
I feel like it's the big brother to this. So it's the big brother to the 8.6, so I think it fits in a lot of ways, and it's clearly better in a lot of ways too. And in my opinion, it's kind of got a 3JZ in it in a way.
We are here with
K1 Slides, baby.
And what do you drive?
I drive a Honda Civic with a 4-cylinder banger right here.
Definitely not a Honda Civic and a 4-cylinder. For real though, what is it?
It's a G35 with, your basic LS swap. Nothing crazy.
Awesome. If it wasn't for a G35, what kind of chassis would you be driving?
Honda Civic.
For drifting, specifically for drifting.
Honda Civic. Rear-wheel drive, it'll be perfect. All the Honda boys will be mad.
Jimmy Oaks does it.
Yeah, all these 240 kids will get jealous.
What would be your least favorite drift car for you?
Probably a Miata, because they don't have a lot of power, and they're kind of small for me. I'm a tall guy, so I'd probably want something a little bigger.
I feel, because I was going to say you could just turbo them, but then like you say, the size aspect, the size.
I'm 6 foot tall, so I need some room. I even had to lower the seats in here to get down a little more. Same in the
and the vet too, right?
Yeah.
What would be your least favorite drift car in your opinion?
Least favorite? As much as I'd hate to say it, probably I feel like an A86 would be like the worst.
An original A86? Now that might make a little bit of a storm.
They need a lot to make it work, Most
You're not wrong.
cars you could basically tweak just minorly, but like I love A86s and they're great looking cars, but I just feel like they're very hard to drift and you gotta change a lot to make them work really good.
What's your least favorite drift car? Flat out. Just personal. It's just you.
Yeah.
You drive a Celica, right? Like people probably don't like that, but
Right. It's different. Sorry, Miata boys, but Miata. Yeah,
Miata?
I can't. I tried
Why?
drifting one. It just doesn't feel as good to me. Like it's just so short based and everything. So I just didn't like them personally, drifting or looks wise. So
what is your least favorite drift car in your opinion?
Oof. I don't want to hurt any feelings.
No, it's all your opinion.
I can't say
Some
right.
people probably don't like this.
100% people don't like this. I don't know, man. E46 4-doors, they work great, but I don't think I've seen but one or two that look good.
What is your least favorite car, King Kush?
Bro, you want me to be real?
Drift car.
Miatas, bro. I don't like.
Why?
To each his own. I see what Taylor Radam did with theirs, but it's too small. I'm a tall dude. They're too small of a car. So
What is your least favorite drift car?
Oh shoot.
It's personal. It's your opinion.
I love BMW transmissions. I think motors are great. Some BMWs just really don't do it for me, and it's unfortunate. I need square stuff, like really square BMWs get it. When they started going into the 5th gen or whatever the heck it is, when they start getting round, that's not my thing.
All right, so round BMW. After the 2000s, basically.
Yeah, the newer ones are cool because they're new, but I feel like we're still in that gray area of I don't think it's cool because it's not old enough yet, and it's just you see a lot of them, and they're heavy, and no offense, a lot of people that are driving them just aren't driving them. Like, they're not pushing the car as far as they could.
What is your least favorite drift car in your opinion?
What is my least favorite?
What would you never be caught driving?
I probably wouldn't be caught driving any sort of BMW. Nothing against BMWs. I know they're relatively simple to set up, but I would stay far away from those.
Why?
I know that on some chassis, and I'm not a BMW guru, but I do know on some chassis they have some water pump issues that are easily solved. But I'm just not a huge fan of the BMW scene per se. I'm not a hater at all.
Of course not.
I just stay away from German cars in general. I think Japanese is the way to go.
What is your least favorite drift car?
Oh man, my least favorite drift car, and I'm sorry for Nick, but he already knows this. Probably Z's, but only certain Z's.
Why?
So HRZs, I love them. They actually are sick. They rip so hard, but there's nothing that gets me more soft than a DE. Like I don't know what it is. I think I drove one once, and I've already had experience with FRS and Miatas and stuff, like little tiny sports cars. Yeah. So like the Z never caught for me, and I understand it works really well for drifting, but I really like the more purist. I don't know if you would call it that, but like tiny Japanese sports car. There's a tradition.
The four-cylinder turbo Japanese sports car.
There's a tradition of that, so I really enjoy being in that tradition in a sense. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thanks, bud.
Sorry to the Z guys. I'm really, really sorry about that.
What is your least favorite drift car?
240s for sure. They're like
why?
A dime a dozen. They're all the same swap, same build, and they're, some of the drifters are good, but most of them, come on, man. You got a 240, you got to own up to it.
I hope you enjoy this one. I'll catch you on the next one, fam. Peace.